Oh, grace and peace. It's been a great day so far. Uh, I just want to finish the video that I made prior a couple of days ago about marriage. And so I wrote down the points that I want to talk about. So I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible because I don't want another long video. I'm trying to do this very, very quickly, or I just will have to break this one up in two. And Lord willing, I learned how to do that. So here we go. Okay. The first point that I want to talk about is that marriage is not a business. It's not a business. It's a covenant. And most people are like, oh, we will be a power couple. And, I hear that all the time about you and I will work together well because, you're in this profession and I'm in this profession. But God didn't ordain marriage as a business. That's just how I feel. So it's a covenant between him, you, and that other person. And there's something that he requires in that covenant. One, that you put him first in the covenant. And two, that you honor the vows that you said on the day, whatever day you chose. That you stick with it. And that when it gets tough, you don't just tap out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel a lot of people tap out when it gets tough. That's why they don't want to say the vows in a certain way anymore. Everybody want to use their own vows and say their own thing, but you're still being held to it. If you tell somebody you're going to love them forever, and then one of their legs is gone, or, they get really, really sick, and then you're just like, you're done, you've told a story, pretty much. You lied, pretty much. And if you're not a person of your word, which God is, he's a man of his word. He do what he say he's going to do every single time. He never changes. And so he requires the same thing of us, to be people of our word. So if we say we're going to do something, you just need to do it. Okay, so that was the first point. And then this is going to be, okay, I'm going to do this one before I do the other one because that one is very controversial. Controversial? Is that the word? Okay, it probably is. I hope I said it right. Okay, so people in your marriage. Bro, I heard it best said, and this is the work, right? Still talking about the work that I did in order to get to where this place right here, the Lord allowed me to get here. But I had to ask all these questions. When I got in the presence of any married person, whether saved or unsaved, as I said in that previous video, I would just ask them questions. And I would take what, I was like, oh, okay, that's good information. I'll take that. Man, if it sounded a little iffy and a little crazy, I was just like, nah, that don't sound like that's for me. Okay. So people in your marriage, this can be tough. Because sometimes the in-laws can be in your marriage, can be in your business, can be all up in your, And I think I heard someone say that if you tell somebody or your family something that your significant other did to you, like, they don't get over it. But you will. But you did. Like, if you forgave them and you're back with them, sometimes the people on the outside don't forgive that person, and now they're looking at you like, why are you still with this person? Remember what you told me they did? It's like they can't get over it. So if you just don't put people in your business who won't support you. Okay, that's probably the best way that I can say it. But here's the information that the older couple gave me. This man said, he said his mom told him. He said his mom told him, don't come to my house angry. If y'all fighting, stay at home. Come to my house when you're a happy couple. I don't want to see y'all when y'all upset. Y'all need to go home, work it out, and then come outside. So I found that to be very good information, because that lets me know that his mother didn't want to, because, sometimes depending upon which side it is, you could take the side of whichever the person is. So if it's me and it's my family, they might just take my side. And if it's him and his family, they might just take his side. And they won't stay objective. But that information showed me that his mom was very objective. Like, I don't care what the both of y'all going through, because it's y'all. Y'all need to get that together and come to my house as a happy couple. So if that's good information, take it. If it's not, put you to the side if you need to. And then, okay, this one was a really, really good one. Expectations, okay? Because we can expect marriages. We expect a marriage to look a certain way because we've seen it on TV a certain way. We've seen people a certain way, like, and we have no idea what it took for these people to get to this point of it looking like it works so well. Like, it's just a well-oiled machine. You can't expect your marriage at year 1 to be a marriage at year 30. They did some things. They went through some things. They've trialed and error. They fought it out. They probably argued it out. I like to call heated fellowshipping. So they heated fellowshipping it out. Okay, if that's a word. Well, it is now. That's what my pastor says all the time. Anyway, so they've worked out some things. So if you're a year 2, be a year 2, boo. Deal with the issues that's in your issues. Or if you're not even in marriage at all, and you want to be married, this is what I had to understand, and what I am pretty much working on right now, is that I'm not even in a process at all. So I can't go into any process already thinking about marriage. Like, when this guy approaches me, I have to just deal with what's in front of me. He's asking me for my telephone number. Deal with that. Don't be thinking about, oh my gosh, date 3, and you ain't even been on a date at all. So just stay in the present, man. Tony, this is what I'm working out. Allowing the Lord to help me work out. Stay in date 1, okay, or conversation 0. You know what I'm saying? So be there, okay. And then, if and when the Lord does allow me to be in a marriage, don't expect it to be like everybody else's, okay? Because it's not. Because we're not those two people that I'm thinking about. I'm me and whoever he is. And I have to get to know him. It's a constant getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Just getting to know you, right? So it's a constant getting to know you. And so, expectations need to be tossed to the side. You just need to deal with what's in front of you. Attack what's in front of you. Handle what's in front of you. Right here. Don't think down the road. Think right here. Right here at the tip of your nose. You probably, some of us can't even see the... Did I try to do that? Did my eyes get crossed? It probably did. Right here at the tip of your nose. Just see that. That's it. Handle that. Handle the way y'all, deal with situations right now. Don't try to be somebody else. You can take some people information and try to apply it, and if it works, then by all means, wonderful. But if not, you got to figure out what works for the two of you, is what I am truly doing. And that's what I'm doing with the Lord. What works for the two of us? right? Because we're in this thing together. And he's not requiring of me to do the things that he's requiring of somebody else. He wants Tony to do what he asked Tony to do. So if Tony is supposed to fast, then Tony is supposed to fast. For 2 days, then I fast for 2 days. He probably asked somebody else to fast for 21 days or 15 days. But that's not my lane. I have to stay my lane. Stay your lane. Okay? And then, okay, lastly, well, I ain't gonna say lastly because this is second to the last. We're gonna talk about being a girlfriend versus a wife. Because there's a difference. There's a distinctive difference. Because there are a lot of girlfriends out here wanting to be wives. Like your mindset is girlfriend. Like when you think about the conflict that you go through, you automatically want to break up. That's girlfriend status. Wives don't think like that. Wives is like, this is the long haul. I'm about to pray this thing out real quick. I'm about to ask for some higher wisdom on how to handle this situation. Maybe I need to ask God, should I be quiet? That's what wives think. Let me just be quiet. Let me get quiet. Maybe it don't require, this situation don't require me to say a word. And that's what wives think. Like, let me just chill on this. Girlfriends, you pretty much act however you want to act because you feel like I can get another one. I can move on. I can go somewhere else. I can be all by myself. This is what I think. I don't know what you think. I would love to hear your comments. Would love to hear what you got to say. And would love to take some of your information and, apply it to my life. You know what I'm saying? So, this is what I think. Girlfriends are just sort of kind of, the word is in there is girl. Like, sort of kind of like childlike, just want everything to be their way and just, why can't it be like this and why can't you do this and why can't you do that? This is just how I think. So, I'm going to just keep saying that so you don't think that like, oh, this is just like supposed to be the law. Like, nah, bro. You do what you feel. And well, I ain't gonna say you do what you feel. You do what the Lord says, you know what I'm saying, most of the time. So this is just how I think about it. And then I believe that a wife, she's a little bit more, the word that's coming to my head is docile. Like a little bit more calmer, a little bit more tempered, like she know how to control herself. She know how to handle herself in any situation. It ain't too much popping off all the time, But she can handle herself. Let's not get that. Let's not misunderstand that. She can handle herself. She just don't pop off in scenarios all the time, especially out in public. Just flying off the handle, just saying, just getting all irate. You feel me? I want to do this, because the head get to move and then you feel me. I just think that wives are just a little bit more calmer, pull you to the side, babe, let me talk to you for a second. Let me, just you and me, or wait till you get home. Let me, can I talk to you for a minute? Not belittling her man out in public, not going off on him out in public, not cussing out people out in public, because one, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the person that you're with. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I represent Jesus when I go outside, and if I'm popping off all the time, that's embarrassing. When I say this is who I'm with, people start looking at him as though this is your people's. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't you have some type of I don't know the word. I can't figure out the word right now. Okay, I'll come back to that. But shouldn't you carry yourself a little bit better? Oh, that's good. Shouldn't you act like a lady? Because there's a difference in that too. Because ladies act very, very different. They carry themselves with a little bit more decorum. Oh, that's the word. Thank you, Jesus. Decorum. It's a really good word. You know, very meek and, you know, welcoming and, you know, sweet, understanding. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think too many girlfriends walk in those lanes. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about like the 1920s, how ladies would just like carry themselves with so much class. Oh, that's the word. Class. It still exists. Just like chivalry is not dead. There are men out here who open doors. There are men out here who still pull out chairs. There are men out here who give you their coat, who make sure that they pay the bill. There are men out here who still treats ladies like ladies. But you gotta first be a lady. Know what ladies do and how they react. First gotta do that. Okay, so I know in the first video I talked a lot about men and what is required of them, but I believe that women, God has required of us some things too. And I think the popping off is not a good look. You know, flying off the handle, cussing out your man, saying bad words to him, going off on him and things like that. That just ain't cool, bro. You know, because, you know, the word says that a woman can tear down her house with her own hands. Like, you literally, what you're trying to build by your reaction and the way that you talk and the way that you behave can literally tear down what you're trying to build up. And sometimes we're like, oh, I didn't say a word, but your face said it all. So you did say something. Like, he could say something to you, you'd be like, My face said a whole lot of things. My face right then just said, no, thank you. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You see? Still bobbing. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. That's still speaking. Even though you didn't say a word, you still said something. It's about saying, hey, you know, having that temperance. Temperance just means having control over yourself. Being able to tell yourself no. Like when you want to say what you want to say, and you know you right, or you think you right to say it, like you got every right to say it. Temperance is like, I ain't about to say that. Flesh, mouth, we gonna be quiet. That's what we gonna do. We gonna get quiet. That's what temperance is. Well, the description of it. It could go a little bit further. My ear is itching. Okay. And God has required us women to help this man. To truly help this man. Because he can only be a king if you be a queen. Might have to look that up. So I said that today. I might have to look up how queens carry themselves and how they act. I haven't did that type of research just yet. But he is a king because you are a crown to him. You are the jewels to him. You make him look good. And if you are doing the opposite of that, then nobody sees him as the king that he is. And here's the thing, he's your man. This is what God is, laying and, teaching me is that he's going to be my man. But before God sends this gentleman to me, God is my man. He's like I say, my man. He's my father. He's my best friend. And he's my king. And he literally is the king of kings. So, if I'm not behaving in the right manner, then people won't see Jesus as king. Because he is. I gotta get in line. I gotta get in my place. And that's tough for some of us women to hear and to do. Mostly it's hearing. Like if we understand it, maybe it'd be easier for us to do. So I'm learning my space, my place. And it is not less than. He's not called me to be less than anybody. He's calling me to know who I am. To know that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Some of us need to know that. And when we know that we were worth it, God is telling me that, Tony, you were worth me going to the cross for. You may not be able to pay me back for that. Well, I ain't never going to be able to pay him back for that. But I was worth going to the cross for, so that one day I can see him in peace. And to just be able to own that space. To just own the fact that I am the weaker vessel. To just own that and be okay with that. To just stand in that. Now that is the truth. That I am the weaker vessel because the Lord says so. That I am a person that needs to be cuddled. That I am a person that needs to be understood as a woman. I am a person that needs to be listened to and prayed for and covered in every possible way. And to be okay with that. That's what I'm learning. That the way that he made us as women, he made us different. He made men one way and he made us another way. And when we understand that we were made different than man, then maybe we can be okay with being the weaker vessel. And I know sometimes we don't want to hear that, weaker vessel, but that's what God said. So I'm going to keep saying it. I'm submitting unto the Lord. I'm submitting to what he is asking of me. Period. All right, that's girlfriend versus wife. All right, and then lastly, y'all. All right, y'all ready? I got my little notebook here and everything because I had to write it down. All right, the last one. Let me get my life together. Let me sit up straight. Get my lean on. We're going to talk about sex. Okay? Because it's such a thing that people don't want to talk about. In Christendom, like somehow he ordained it for marriage. It is something that he added that in. And if we really think about it, I believe I heard this from someone, I can't remember his name. But he said, we didn't come up with marriage, people. We didn't come up with that. The Lord did. Okay. And then he put in what he wanted to be in marriage. So when you thinking about marriage, honey, just go ahead and think about it. Okay? Because you didn't come up with it. Stop stressing yourself out about it. The Lord came up with it. You know what I'm saying? And he set parameters for it. So learn what he set for it. And he put sex in there. Okay, I like to call it some other things. I won't say it. They're a little funny. So I won't say it. I might say one. But anyway, so yeah, there's an expectation on marriage, right? You can add expectations to a marriage. You could be that person who tell that man, oh, every day, we gonna do this situation. We gonna have sex, right? Oh, every day, babe, it's gonna be good, right? But you're not an everyday person. So this man is expecting every day. So then what do? Now you trying to keep up with something that you said. You set an expectation that you can't live up to. Be real about it. If you're a 2-day person, hey, say that, boo. Like, no, that ain't sex. Ain't number one on my list. Let a person know where it is. Like, it could literally be number 10. And there are 9 things before that. You gotta let that person know that. And then also with this, because you got married and you think you can do anything and everything you want to do, lies, I tell you, lies. You cannot. Because if whatever you're requiring or you're asking a person to do and that person is uncomfortable with that situation, then you have truly just defiled the marriage bed. You have made it wicked. You have made it evil. You have made it wrong. And the word says the marriage bed is undefiled, meaning it is not wicked. It is not tainted in any way, because you allow this person. You don't require of this person to do things that makes them feel, and that goes both ways, man or woman. Okay, man or woman. And then I'd asked somebody else. I said, so when do you start talking about sex? And my sister informed me. She said, when you start talking about marriage, talk about your expectations of it. When you're engaged, when you're, talk about it. Because you need to know. You don't want to get into a marriage. You don't want to get in marriage saying, oh, this is what I require, and you're already married and nobody knows that. You want to already know. You want to be ahead of the game. You want to be very well informed. And I know this for sure, that the Lord makes sure that we are very well informed. And what He requires of me right now in the marriage that I am in with Him is that I don't do that. We don't do that. I am to stay very celibate. I am to stay very chaste, is what I'm supposed to do right now. So, is it easy? Oh, honey, no, it's not. I want to make that very, very clear. It is not. It is not, it is not, it is not, it is not. But because I honor Jesus and I love Him, I'm doing what He is asking me to do, even though it is very tough. It is very tough. And I will go as far as to say exactly how many years, because I'm very well pleased in the fact that it ain't me who did this at all. It's been 13 years. Hear me. 13 years. Going on 14 very soon. I believe like September 14. God is so good. He's so good. Because I couldn't have done it unless He helped me. There's been times where I have had to anoint my body from the top of my head to the soles of my feet and give this flesh over to the Lord. Like, you can have it. There's certain things that I do my best not to watch. And the reason I said do my best, because sometimes I still watch them. Movies that have a little bit of, like, it ain't the stuff that you could see. Like, you can't see body parts and stuff like that. But they having sex. Sometimes I still do it, and I'm trying to get away from it. I'm doing my best to not. Because whatever you set before your eyes, you think about. And whatever you entertain all the time, that's what you think about. And then you end up wanting to do. And if, Lord willing, I want to stay safe, I want to stay chaste, I can't think about those things. Okay, so that's about it. That was the last thing. Don't expect anything. Be upfront with a person. Don't be a girlfriend, be a wife. Don't have people in your business. Handle your business at home with your man. What else did I say? Marriage is not a business. It's not. It's a covenant. And that's about it right now. I have more stuff, I think, because I'm learning more things. But if you want to comment and put down there what you've learned, so I can take what you've learned and apply it, and add it to the things that I've learned, and maybe you can take some of the things that I've learned and add it to the things that you've learned. I would love that. I'd love for you to share this, subscribe to it. If you want to share it with somebody else, that would be amazing. But that's it. I love you guys to life, and have a great day. Okay. All right. Bye.